How do you develop, for a young person, I'm getting a lot of questions about developing devotional habits, developing time in the Word. And, working with high school students, all of their homework is on a device. Everything is interactive, everything is sensory overload, all of their entertainment is quick. It is meant for a stupider generation. It is to entertain this. We don't hold our attention spans longer. And so now you come to something like this, it's black and white, and it's hard to understand. And, you start a Bible reading plan, and once you get to Leviticus, you're ready to die kind of thing. And so how do you help these young men to see this as what the Psalms call a treasure and a delight? And even how can dads help young men understand the practices of being in this book and how to delight in this book?
The first thing that you have to realize is when you see someone who seems to be given to prayer and the study of God's Word, don't buy into the lie that they do that because it's easy for them, that they have a special gift. When I woke up from whatever I was, coma or whatever I was in after my heart attack, and one of the first things I noticed was the pain was unbelievable. They had pounded me with that machine so many times that it felt like all my ribs were broke. And to breathe, I wanted to scream every time I inhaled. It was horrible to breathe. But what's the option? Die. And that's where you've got to come to that point. I read 3 chapters this morning, and I read in Spanish. I read out of my Spanish Bible. I read 3 chapters. I have a discipline of 3 chapters in this before I go do my studies. But just devotional reading with the Lord. And I can't tell you how many times I had to repeat a paragraph because I read it and it was like, what did I just read? Still today, it's a fight. It is a fight. Everything in my life is a fight. But the option is die. And that's what you have to see, young man. You have to cultivate discipline. You have to create it. I remember when I was learning martial arts, and I thought I was gonna, just go in the first day and get to punch somebody or something. And they made me stand in a certain way, I don't know for how long, and then they made me move my hand the same way every time, and it was just getting boring. Been there for months. And then one day I walked in and the professor or whatever, all of a sudden I saw a punch come straight at me. I mean, out of nowhere. I didn't even have my gi on. And as a punch just flew across my face, and I remember cross-blocking like that. And I went, wow, that was pretty cool. And the thing is it's developing discipline. But the real issue is you haven't come to the point where you truly believe, if I don't consume this book and I don't learn to pray, I'm going to die. And you will.